Tiny earbuds with big sound. Let's check these out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these. Well, let me take one out so you can see. These are the palmbuds Pro, and it is from the same company that made the Palm Pilot all those years ago. They've been around a long time, and they've done a really good job with these. They've spent a lot of time on the engineering, and they've really nailed it. So they're small, the case is super small, and yet they have big sound, really good ANC, and really good voice capture for you when you're on a phone call or on a Zoom call or whatever it is you're doing where you need to be able to talk with this, picking up the sound. Now, let me tell you a little bit about it, and while I'm talking about them, I'll give you a couple of close-ups. So, they feature 10mm dynamic drivers, and they support AAC and SBC, but not aptX, so heads up for you Android owners. They are Bluetooth 5.0, and they have a hybrid ANC, or active noise canceling system, that gives you over 30 decibels of noise reduction. And I can tell you, having used these in noisy environments, they do a really good job. It's very impressive. They also have what they call ambient mode, which other people talk about as pass-through mode or environment mode. The idea is that you have your ANC on, which means you probably can't hear people very well. So you go into this ambient mode and you can hear traffic around you, the environment, people talking to you, and then you turn it back off. And all of these, as always, are done with taps and holds and double taps and triple taps. That's a little bit complicated to get the hang of because they have a very sensitive tap on the end of their earpieces, but it is actually, once you get the hang of it, pretty darn easy to work with. They have a 6 microphone environmental noise canceling system. So you can see I'm going to put them both in here. So if you're on a phone call, it's doing a pretty aggressive job. Oops, hang on. There we go. It's doing a pretty aggressive job trying to cancel all the noise around you. And when you're talking, of course, then it's really your voice that they're going to hear. And on my tests, it sounded really good. The people on the other end thought I sounded really clear, which is just such a huge win, because these sort of designs, when it's so small, can often end up having you sound like you have to be really loud for people to hear you, which sort of defeats the purpose of you having a private phone call. So, in the box, there's also, let's see, 3 sizes of ear tips total. So, obviously 2 other sizes, plus the sizes that is on, and it ships with the medium on. So honestly, the first thing I always do is put on the larger size, but what I would recommend to you is try different sizes and listen to the same music. I will tell you, when you get the right size, all of a sudden there's bass. It just like makes a world of difference. Also in the box is a charging cable, because they charge in the case, and the case charges with USB-C on the bottom. Easy enough. I'm gonna put all this stuff back, and there you go. It's nice and simple, no superfluous gear or equipment or anything. They are IPX water resistant, which is great because that means you can wear these on a run, and if you're sweaty, it's okay to sweat. In fact, it's probably good for your health, right? And you're not gonna mess up your earbuds. So, like I said, they have touch controls. There's tap, double tap, triple tap, long hold, super long hold. I mean, it's pretty complicated. So really, the one you probably most need to know about is the 1.5 second tap and hold. If you do that on the, let me get this right. If you do that on the right ear, you turn on and off ambient mode. And if you do it on the left ear, you turn on and off ANC. Fortunately, everything has voice feedback. So if I've got that wrong, you'll do it and it'll say ambient on, and you'll go, I thought that was ANC, but I'll do the other ear, and it all is super easy to work with. Now, battery-wise, 6 hours on the earbuds, 5 hours if you're using that hybrid ANC, because ANC takes a little more processing power. And then you got 3 more charges in the case for a total of, yes, 24 hours without ANC, 20 hours with ANC. This is also affected by how loud you listen. I find these to be really efficient drivers, so I don't have to turn my music up loud at all to get a really loud volume, which suggests they have a lot of headroom to be really loud. So my normal listening volume should give me a really good battery life. If you like to listen super duper loud, then you might think about your hearing and turn it down a little bit. Honestly, it's not a crisis. So really, there's a lot to like here. Honestly, I think the biggest frustration I have, and this is going to sound super trivial, but that's okay. Biggest frustration I have is they're a little tricky to try to learn how to get them out of the case. They're sort of go so deep into the case that it's a little awkward to try to get it to come out without having it slip out of your fingers. That might just be me. I have big fingers that match my big ears, I guess. But other than that, there's really a lot to like here. And in terms of the sound, I was really startled. They're really good sound. I know I say a lot of gear has good sound, and a lot of gear has good sound. We're really reaching a point where even average or budget equipment can have really good sound reproduction. But these are better than that. These aren't just average good. These are really good. So good that when my daughter auditioned these, she immediately said, "Right, those are mine when you're done with your review, Dad." So Palm, we need to talk. But in any case, I really, really like these. There's a big sound stage. It's a very clean and clear audio reproduction with a solid bass line. Again, if you're not hearing your bass, if that drop is just MIA on your music, then you might have the wrong size ear tips in and you want to adjust that. But assume you've got everything worked out correctly and you've got the right sizes, I think you too will be pretty startled by how good these sound and how good that ANC is. And of course, how good it is at picking up voice, which is another huge factor nowadays. I use these sort of things on a lot of Zoom calls and webinars. So being able to have them be small and discreet and know that I'm getting good voice pickup, that is a win-win. Which means the only thing left for us to talk about is the price. Now, before I get to the price, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate when you do that, and it really helps me get more leverage to talk to companies and get gear in hand and be able to give you candid and honest reviews. So win-win for both of us. Give me feedback too, thumbs up, comments, whatever. You know, I love to hear from people. I always respond to comments. Even if you're snarky, I will be snarky right back at you, Jack. Try me. No, don't try me. I get enough of that anyway. It's YouTube, right? So, okay. These are the palmbuds Pro, and they're $129, currently $99 at palm.com. I'm sure you can find them at other retailers online, but $99, these are a solid option, a definite and strong competitor to the Apple Earbuds Pro, and black instead of white. So there you go, different choices. That's all I got. I'm going to go back to my music, if I can get these out of the case. And literally, as I put it in my ears, it's already on and the music's already playing. So I guess that means I'll have to catch you in my next video.